My pranams to all Atmajyotis, divine light of the self. I welcome all of you for today's session of Jivanmukti Viveka by Swami Vidyaranya. The chapter we had taken was chapter 2 called Vasanakshaya. Vasanakshaya had many sub-chapters. So Swami Vidyaranya is coming to summarization of Vasanakshaya or freedom from the impressions. So as a person in stage 1, 2, 3 starts doing seeking, he starts working on his vasanas, impressions. Swami Vidyaranya says there are two types of impressions. Pure impressions, pure vasanas, and impure vasanas. So seeker should work on developing the pure vasanas and becoming free from impure vasanas. Pure vasanas are important. What are the impure vasanas? What are the pure vasanas? The pure vasanas are Maitri. Maitri means friendliness. To be having no enemies is called friendliness. So Sri Ramachandra was called Ajata Shatru. Means Sri Ramachandra had no enemies. But Ravana, for Ravana, Sri Ramachandra is the enemy. Krishna is Ajata Shatru. He is friendly with all. But Kamsa considers Krishna as enemy. So friendliness is an inner attitude. How do you have friendliness? All are connected through oneself. To have relationship with oneself is called friendliness. Jesus said, love your neighbor like you love yourself. If you are able to see the self in others, there is a quality of friendliness develops. Where there is otherness, separation from me, the friendliness dissolves. So Maitri or friendliness is the first quality which a seeker has to develop, a pure vasana. Karuna or compassion. Maitri or friendship among equals. Seeing the self in all, you try to develop the friendship. Sri Krishna was a friend of all. All animals, he loved all animals. Gopikas, all human beings equally. That's called Maitri. Karuna is compassion. Compassion is for the people who are suffering, for who are in difficulty. The heart melting is compassion. Out of compassion, you may do something. Sri Ramanujacharya was studying with his guru. The guru taught him Narayana mantra and told you should not tell this mantra to anybody. What will happen if somebody chants this mantra? Om Namo Narayanaya. Those who chant the mantra will go to Vaikuntha. But you should not tell anybody. It has to be only taught, come from Guru. So what will happen if I tell to somebody, I'll go to hell, you'll go to hell. Immediately Ramanujacharya runs to a central place in the city and calls everybody. I have a very good news. By chanting mantra, all of you will go to Vaikuntha. chant the mantra. Om Namo Narayanaya. So people start chanting mantra. Guru gets very angry. Why did you chant the mantra? Ramanujacharya says, you told me I'll go to hell if I teach the mantra to anybody. If 100 people go to Vaikuntha and if I go to hell, I'm perfectly all right. That's called compassion. 100 people become free from suffering. In the process, I go to hell. I'm okay with that. That's called compassion. Mudita is a joy. It is said that mudita means joyfulness. Sri Krishna, right from the childbirth, all the way until he left his body, must be at the age of 120 years. He was always in smile, joyful. The joyfulness is a pure vasana. Why joyfulness? Life is nothing but a divine play. Life is a God's play. So if you are able to participate in life as a play of God, Leela, life is joyful. If you take life very seriously, there's suffering. Life is just a play of divine play. If you're able to participate in the divine play joyfully, it's called mudita. Then upeksha, the word upeksha means detachment. When life becomes very serious, we get attached to this one. I want this, I want this, I want this. If that doesn't, what I want doesn't come, we'll get hurt. The sorrow or misery follows. A person who knows the nature of life, everything in the life is changing, he'll be detached. At this moment, it's available. I'm happy. Next moment, it disappears. It does not matter. Detachment comes from the understanding of life. So, Swami Vidyananda lists 4 pure vasanas: Maitri, Karuna, Mudita, Upeksha. Maitri is friendliness, when you see the self in all or connect with all as my own self. Karuna is compassion, see the suffering of the others and melt. Mudita means joyfulness, when you understand life is a divine play, participate in the divine play, but don't get attached to that. Say, when an actor plays in a drama, there can be very serious scenes in drama. Somebody getting killed, somebody getting robbing somebody, but actor is not affected because he knows it's a drama. So once we understand this entire thing is a divine drama, a movie, we'll play it playfully. And there's a joy in that, mudita. Then upeksha means you'll not hold on to anything in life. Everything, holding on causes hurt. Holding on causes suffering. Let go, let go, let go is called upeksha. So these are 4 pure vasanas. There are impure vasanas. Impure vasanas are 2 types. The type 1 is called bandha vasana. Type 2 is called bhoga vasana. Bandha vasana keeps you bound to the body. Bandha vasana prevents you from liberation, enlightenment. Bhoga vasana does not prevent you from enlightenment. Bhoga vasana is a result of prarabdha karma. Destiny will bring something, fulfillment in the form of bhoga vasana. So bandha vasana, primary bandha vasana, as I am the body. I am the body, I am the mind, I am the intellect. Nanu, nanembudu, nanalla, ideha, manabuddhi, nanalla, sachidanandatma, Shivanannani, Shivoham, Shivoham, Shivoham. I'm not the body, I'm not the mind, I'm not the intellect, I'm pure consciousness. So this is how you come out from a Bandha Vasana. Now to come out of Bandha Vasana, there are challenges. First of all, people don't know that they are in the Bandha Vasana. First of all, they don't know. I am the body, I am the mind, I am the intellect. This itself is bondage, they don't understand. To come out of bondage, you should know that you are in prison. People don't know they are in prison. And there are some people who know they are in prison, but they don't know how to come out of that. How to come out of Bandhavasana, they don't know. Some people know how to come out of Bandhavasana. They will do a lot of sadhana, spiritual practices. And finally, spiritual practice results in Chitta Shuddhi, purification of the Chitta. And with Jnana, they can come out. Atma Jnana. So there is a concept that, okay, enlightenment or liberation takes time. That's also bondage. That's also bandha. Because your nature is enlightenment. You are already free. To discover I am free, it takes time, is not a reality. So this also a bandha vasana, illusion of time. So these are the vasanas, bandha vasana somebody has to come out for getting atma dhyana, aparoksha dhyana. Of course, bandha vasana leads to emotional disturbance. Bandha vasana causes emotional disturbance. What are the emotional disturbance? Kama, Krodha, Mada, Matsara, Moha, Lobha, desire, anger, jealousy, hatred, greediness. So these are the children of Bandha Vasana. I am the body. And these vasanas leave impressions in us, and these impressions you have to come out, samskaras. So that's called Chitta Shuddhi. Gradually you have to come out and get jnana and get liberated. Impure vasanas, also included in impure vasana, is desire for children. Somewhere children and continuation of my life. So what I want my life to continue. It will continue in the form of children, it will come from progeny. So that's also part of the result of I am the body, vasana. So some jnani comes out of these vasanas, bandha vasana, gets aparoksha jnana. Bhoga vasana may continue. The bhoga vasana for a jnani is a result of prarabdha karma. It said that Ramakrishna Paramahamsa becomes Gadadhara, becomes enlightened, and becomes Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. People call him as great. He has still a desire, bhoga vasana, to eat good food, sweets. Mother Sharada tells him, what will people think of? Your vasanas have gone. So Ramakrishna Paramahamsa says, these vasanas are required for me to keep me in the body. Or because of prarabdha karma has to be there. For the prarabdha karma, I need this vasana. I need this body to teach my children, to teach my students. So till that time, this vasana will continue. This is called bhoga vasana. Bhoga vasana, one example of bhoga vasana is eating sweet and food. So bhoga vasanas are other bhoga vasanas are there. One is called loka vasana. Loka vasana means desire for name and fame. See, what happens is Jnani, as he becomes free, he dedicates himself for Loka Kalyana. Service to the world. That time, subtle vasana may be there. Oh, I should get a name and fame. Okay, subtle. But these vasanas will not bind him. Bandha vasanas are gone. Bhoga vasanas don't bind. Then Shastra vasana, that means ability to teach scriptures, take many scriptures and teach. Then Deha vasana also. Deha vasana is not that I am the body. I should look good. I should look smart. So now we'll take the example. Different types of Jnanis. Sri Krishna Paramatma is Paramatma himself. He always dresses well. Okay. And he uses perfumes and he eats nice food. Okay. So now question comes whether he is a Jnani or not. So now has he got a vasana? Because he is dressing well, has he got a Deha vasana? Okay. The answer here is, for Jnani, these vasanas don't bind. Bhoga vasanas don't bind. They're unbind. They're not binding. They don't cause bondage and hurt. Bhoga vasanas are like good to have, but not necessary to have. A Jnani also may enjoy a good cup of coffee. A Jnani also may enjoy good sweets. Jnani also may enjoy some good movie. So what is the difference between Jnani and Adnani? For Adnani, Loka Vasana, Shastra Vasana, Deha Vasana causes disturbance if they are not able to fulfill. For Jnani, it is good to have. Otherwise, it does not matter. So good to have, but not necessary to have, is actually what I call as need and luxury. For ignorant person, there are so many needs in life. I want this, I want this, I want this. Bhoga vasanas come under that need. I want to enjoy a good movie. I want to have a car. I want to have a big Mercedes-Benz car. Recently, I heard one of the friends whom you know is a shopkeeper, not a big shopkeeper. He has brought a Mercedes-Benz car and put a Facebook face, said, my dream car. I think for his dream car, he has dedicated his entire life to get the money for that. So all sorts of vasanas are there. So now for a Adnani, Bhoga vasanas cost trouble. For Jnani, Bhoga vasanas don't cost trouble. Good to have, but not necessary to have. For example, so Jnani, somebody gives a Mercedes-Benz to Jnani. So Jnani says, no, I don't have vasana. I don't want to get into my Mercedes-Benz. He will not say. He will ride a Mercedes-Benz. Okay. But not having Mercedes-Benz will cost, not having the big car will not cost disturbance to him. For Adnani, everything in life is a need. Need means if it is not there, it will cause me disturbance. I'll suffer. For Jnani, everything including life is a luxury. So for Adnani, need and luxury, there's a difference. Need means what is necessary for my life, and luxury what is good to have. Need is necessary and luxury is good to have. So for example, a person has a car, Maruti car. For him, Maruti car is a need, but Mercedes-Benz is a luxury. Good to have. Maruti car is a need and Mercedes-Benz is a luxury. Good to have. If we don't have luxury, it's okay, but need is to be met. If Maruti car is not there, he'll feel bad. But for Jnani, there are no needs at all. All are luxury. Good to have, but not necessary to have. So Jnani enjoys life everywhere. So what is the difference between Jnani and Adnani? Adnani has a desire and attachment to desire. Bhoga vasana he has, and the result of Bhoga vasana he is interested, attached. If the Bhoga vasana is not fulfilled, he'll feel hurt. For Jnani, there's no attachment. It's good to have. If it's not there, it's okay. For Adnani, there's a need and luxury is then life. For Jnani, everything is a luxury. Everything is good to have, but not necessary to have. Including life itself. Life and death itself is luxury. Having life is a luxury for Jnani. Oh, life is there, it's good to have. Life is not there, it doesn't matter. So is there a difference between Dani and Adnani? Bhogavasanas are there in Dani and Adnani. So Krishna dressing well, for Adnani it is a Bhogavasana. Dani also is a Bhogavasana. For Adnani, if it doesn't dress well, he will hurt. What will people think of me? Krishna, it doesn't matter. He will dress well as a play. So Bhogavasana for Adnani is an ornament. Good to have, but not necessary to have. So Bhogavasanas also reduce over a period of time as a result of Prarabdha Karma. Adnani has to work on Bandhavasana and Bhogavasana. Because Bandhavasana causes him bondage and Bhogavasana causes him hurt. How does it work? By self-control, by discrimination, Jnana, Chitta Shuddhi, Karma Yoga, Upasana. You have to work on Bandhavasana and Bhogavasana. Bandhavasana is primarily removed through Jnana. Bhogavasana is removed through Karma Yoga and Chitta Shuddhi. Gradually, they'll reduce. For Jnani, Bhogavasanas get reduced because of Prarabdha Karma. What is destined will come to him. So there is difference in the behavior of Jnanis. There was Janaka Raja, who is called Videha Janaka. He is called Jivanmukta. And he ruled his kingdom. He ruled the kingdom. He had a palace, but still completely detached. It seems one time when Janaka Raja was sitting and listening to Brahmasutra, a soldier comes and says, "Your palace is on fire." Janaka Raja is very composed. He is not disturbed. Send somebody to put off the fire. Otherwise, there is no agitation inside. He is Jivan Mukta, Videha Mukta, Janaka Raja. But he has a palace and he has luxury. Right? These are all part of his Bhoga Vasanas getting fulfilled through Prarabdha Karma. But his life is dedicated to Loka Kalyana. On the other hand, Ramana Maharshi is there, who is also Jivan Mukta. He sits with just take loincloth, kaupina. He doesn't possess anything. So there is a difference between the behavior of Jnanis. Now this behavior is purely result of Prarabdha Karma, not their desire. They have their desire is Loka Kalyana Vasana. But in the process, there may be subtle vasanas for fulfillment of worldly life. But the presence and the absence of the vasana will not bind Jnani. It doesn't cause disturbance. But for Adnani, it will cause disturbance. Then there is Yajnavalkya, who is considered Jnani. Yajnavalkya, in king's Janaka Raja's kingdom, there is a debate which goes on. Yajnavalkya appears to be angry when somebody asks a question. Then Yajnavalkya says, "Give me 1,000 cows for running my ashram." So Yajnavalkya seems to be asking for money also. But the anger does not bind Jnani. Seeking money is for running the ashram, Loka Kalyana, not for personal gain. So that way, even though Adnani and Jnani appear to be behaving similarly, Adnani also may be dressed well, Krishna is also dressed well, but their internal understanding is very different. Internal quality is different. Yajnavalkya may ask money for cows, money for his ashram, and some other person may also ask money for others. But that money for selfish reason here is Loka Kalyana. So behavior of Jnani we cannot judge from outside. Very difficult. Do not try to judge a Jnani. Try to receive Jnana from the Jnani, but do not judge how and why a Jnani behaves in certain way. External behavior is not an indication of their internal state. Internal state is peaceful, silent, compassionate, and joyful. That's the internal state. External behavior depends on the type of Prarabdha Karma they have, residual Prarabdha Karma they have, and Loka Kalyana, what they are doing. External behavior may change. So now finally, Swami Vidyananda comes to final vasana, last vasana. There are so many vasanas. Bandha vasana, bhoga vasana. Now, chinmatra vasana. Now here, Swami Vidyananda is speaking of a sahaja samadhi, natural state. Chinmatra means consciousness. A gnani may have subtle pride that I am Brahman, subtle feeling that I am Brahman. That's also subtle ego. As a part of Prarabdha Karma, there may be subtle ego. I am Brahman. That ego has to be dropped. Because I am Brahman is very fine ego. So let me give you an example. A woman, when she takes care of a child, she does not remember I am a woman. When she goes to the office, she doesn't have to remember I am a woman. I am a woman is there in the background all the time. I am a woman is taken for granted. So if somebody thinks that he is a gnani, has a subtle ego, I am Brahman in dealing, that means he is not natural. Finally, natural Sahaja Samadhi is required. Even the subtle impression that I am Brahman has to be dropped. So for that, there's a story in Zen story. One person, enlightened person, somebody asked the enlightened person, people, you say you are enlightened. How are you? What is the difference? So the enlightened master says, before enlightenment, I used to go to forest, cut wood, fetch water, cook food, and eat. Then after enlightenment, what happened? After enlightenment, I'll go to forest, cut wood, fetch water, cook food, and eat. And what is the difference then enlightenment? Difference is I'm peaceful. So enlightened person doesn't say I am enlightened. I am liberated. So there are many people who put on social media, Facebook, I am enlightened, I am liberated and all. Enlightenment is so natural. Okay. It does not require a proclamation. Proclamation is also a sign of ego. Enlightenment is very simple and natural. So no, I am enlightened, but I didn't need a meditation. Every day I have to meditate. That means still enlightenment is not full, complete. Because if you have to meditation, there's a gap. A meditator and meditation. Have you seen Ramana Maharshi's photo anywhere where his eyes are closed and he's meditating? Ramana Maharshi's eyes are not meditating. He's in natural state all the time. Whereas a yogi may say, I want to go Nirvikalpa Samadhi again and again. Samadhi Vasana is there. Swami Vidyananda says, nothing wrong in Samadhi Vasana. Samadhi Vasana is possible, Nirvikalpa Samadhi or whatever is there, to remove other impressions, other Vasanas. Once other Vasanas go, drop the Nirvikalpa Samadhi also. It's like to remove a thorn, you remove is a thorn. Samadhi should be used to remove other Vasanas. Finally, Samadhi Vasana also should drop. Live naturally. I have to meditate is also still ego is there. Final ego is called Chinmatra Vasana. That means a subtle feeling that I am Brahman. Even that Vasana will disappear. In Sahaja Samadhi, natural. Because awareness is simple. Saying that I am Brahman and living as Brahman, there's a difference. A woman does not say, I have to say, I am woman. She knows she lives as a woman. A Brahmatani lives as Brahman, but he doesn't claim as a Brahman. Maybe he'll do it for teaching purpose. Otherwise, he does not need to, he doesn't claim. So beware of the people who claim. He has a simple life. Lives in awareness. So Swami Vidyananda listed impure vasanas, which a ignorant person has to drop. Impure vasanas are bhoga vasana, bandha vasana. And then pure vasanas he has to cultivate. Bandha vasana, bhoga vasana you have to drop through karma yoga and upasana and Jnana. Bhoga vasanas may continue. Vasanas may be related to Loka Kalyana. At that time, certain subtle vasanas may be there. But that vasanas will not bind at Gnani. They will not cause disturbance. For people, it may appear like a binding for a Gnani. Gnani may have some vasana. But Gnani himself has no binding for that vasana. Adnani will have a suffering if the vasanas are not fulfilled. A yogi or Gnani has to finally drop Chinmatra vasana. Chinmatra vasana means I am Brahman feeling has to be dropped. Live simply as Brahman. Don't claim that I am a Brahman. That's called Sahaja Samadhi. In the waking state, dream state, deep sleep state, simply be Brahman. Living as Brahman and being Brahman, there's a difference. Living as a woman and being woman is a difference. Being woman is simply you are there. Living as a woman, you will have to dress and make sure that everybody says I am a woman. So a Brahmadnani simply lives as Brahman. Doesn't claim that he is Brahman. Anybody has a question on Zoom? Purnima ji. Satyavati ji, can you unmute? I think that's you have to unmute.
It's unmute idu open agide Guruji.
Hauda? Vani ji, Purnima, any questions?
No questions, Prabhuji.
Was it clear?
Yes. That was important that vasanas. What did you say? That four main things you said. No, mudit, this happiness, joyfulness, and all that. That was
pure vasanas and impure vasanas.
Pure vasanas. Pure vasanas. Yes.
Seeker should not eliminate all the pure vasanas. Seeker should develop pure vasanas and drop impure vasanas.
Correct. Nice. That was very nice.
Basically, the pure vasanas also, in terms of spiritual quality, they become Shama, Dama, Titiksha, Uparati, Shraddha, Samadhana. They're all part of the pure vasana.
Yeah. Yes. Nice, Prabhuji.
Impure vasanas, you have to drop. Emotional disturbances, you have to reduce. Yes, Vaniji, any questions?
No, Prabhuji, very helpful talk.
Okay. So finally, if you are enlightened and you claim that you are enlightened, you are not enlightened. If you are Brahman, to claim that I am Brahman is also not Brahman.
The final disqualification.
Final disqualification. That is called Chinmatra Vasana.
ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸುಮ್ಮನಿರು ಅನ್ನೋದೇ ಸರಿಯಾಗಿದೆ.
That's why Ramana Maharshi says, Summaniru, be quiet. Live as Brahman, but don't claim that you are Brahman.
Guruji, you said the meditation also to be dropped finally, but for the sake of disciples, a master may continue to do that, alva?
Master will do for the sake of teaching and all.
From the point of view of the master, it is not there, but from the point of view of students, the master will be doing meditation. But alli avರಿಗೆ drop ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ.
Haudu. Master will do many things to guide the students.
Yes.
But in Sahaja Samadhi, there's no meditation. Okay, very simple way of saying Sahaja Samadhi. No seeking, no doing, no thinking, just being. A natural state.
And as Purnimaji said, that 4 types ಏನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಿ, that is really good. So anything, any bhogavasana without attachment actually is okay.
Yeah, Gnani has bhogavasana, there's no attachment.
That is actually required.
Yeah. Gnani means, okay, he doesn't eat sweet. I mean, he may not eat sweet because of diabetes, but doesn't mean that he'll not enjoy sweet. But not having the sweet will not affect him.
Correct.
Understand?
ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನೀವು ಯಾವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ಲೇಮರ್ ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀರಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರಭುಜಿ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಇದು ನನ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರೋ ಅಷ್ಟು ಇಷ್ಟಪ್ಪ, ಸರಿನೋ ಇಲ್ವೋ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ.
What I can do, I cannot tell. This is what I know. I understand. Okay, so let us close with the prayer. Any questions from people sitting here?
About Shastra Vasana. how does it bind? Because if you
No, Shastra Vasana is two types. Shastra is Shastras which are related to liberation. Shastra Vasana, how is it bad? Okay. Shastra Vasana, there are two types of Shastras. One is Moksha Shastra, and then there is a Shastra for variety of teachings. So a Jnani has no need for Shastra because he has already reached. That's why it said, there was a Zen master, he struggled for 30 years for enlightenment. And one day he got enlightened. Then first thing he does and comes and burns all the books. So this is not needed. After enlightenment, there's no Shastra is required. Okay. After reaching a destination, map is not required. Okay. Then there is a Shastra Vasana. I need to study more. Okay. These are subtle vasanas coming as a part of the conditioning. Jnana, you got a subtle vasana. Studying Shastra will not affect you. But the subtle vasana also has to be dropped. So maybe Jnani may study some Shastras for teaching purpose. Okay. But getting addicted to that is called vasana. But as a part of Prarabdha Karma, the asana will gradually dissolve. For a Adnani, Shastra Vasana is a bondage because he will keep on studying. For Jnani, Shastra Vasana is not a bondage. For him, it will be more for purpose of teaching. For Adnani, there's a craving. I came across one person who came to me, Prabhuji, please bless me. What you have to bless? My master, that one of the acharyas, has written 94 scriptures. I'm already 50. I have studied only 34. Before I die, I have to study all of them. The scripture study is for enlightenment. So means and end get confused. Means is study, but end is enlightenment. But means become the end. Study itself becomes the end. That's called Shastra Vasana. For Jnani, Shastra Vasana doesn't bind. He will study for some purpose and for teaching purpose. For Adnani, Shastra Vasana is binding. It's also part of the Bhoga Vasana. More Shastra. Adnani has a sattvic mind. Sattvic mind enjoys more and more and more and more study. What is the next question? Okay.
What about this? We may have a subtle ego. Let's say that.
We may have to ego. You have subtle ego. No, we may have.
So in the path, this sattvic ego will come. And subtle
sattvic ego, see, initially ego will be tamasic ego. Next becomes rajasic ego. Then becomes sattvic ego. Then sattvic ego, you have to be dropped. And when he comes back, he will leave with the ego, sattvic ego. Jnani will leave with the sattvic ego. Because ultimately to interact with it, he has to need an ego, sattvic ego. Okay. But ego of Jnani does not bind him. It's a purified ego. Ego of Adnani binds him. But ego of Jnani is like an ornament. He can use it and throw it. But ego of Adnani is binding. So Jnani also uses sattvic ego. But before Jnana, a seeker goes through sattvic ego, then he is binding because he still thinks that, oh, I have to do something about it. After Jnana, living in sattvic ego is not a problem. Before Jnana, getting stuck in sattvic ego is a problem. So we'll close for the day. Asatoma, Sadgamaya, Tamasoma, Jyotirgamaya, Mratyorma, Amritam Gamaya. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Purnamadaha, Purnamidam, Purnat, Purnamuduchyate, Purnasya, Purnamadaya, Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Nanu, Nanembudu, Nanalla, Ideha, Manabuddhi, Nanalla, सच्चिदानंदात्म शिवनान्नानि शिवोहम 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 आत्मदर्शनम ब्रह्मदर्शनम ब्रह्मदर्शनम सत्यदर्शनम अंतर्ज्योति बहिर्ज्योति प्रत्यक ज्योति परात्परा ज्योतिरेव ज्योति स्वयं ज्योति आत्मज्योति शिवोऽस्म्यहं लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु हरिः ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ओम।